Hey guys, it's GameTech Super Sham back with another video. And in this video I'm going to be going over WWDC 2016 and what exactly was announced. So let's get into it. The first thing they talked about was WatchOS for the Apple Watch. No new hardware at WWDC at all. It was all software and all apps. So WatchOS improvements were definitely focused on performance. So a lot of complaints had been that WatchOS is slow. They fixed that. They're saying they're going to fix it by doing instant launch for your apps, so native apps, and background updates for the apps that you do have running in the background so that you don't have to wait 5 seconds every time you click on an app on the Apple Watch. They introduced a UI element called a dock, which is pretty much just open apps that you have on your Apple Watch. It's just a dock for any open apps you have, and background processes will go on in just the dock apps, and some occasional UI changes with watch faces, but overall the focus for watchOS was definitely on performance. The next thing they talked about was TVOS for Apple TV, and the biggest new feature in this, not a very big update, but they mentioned single sign-on, so you don't have to sign into each and every TV station that you want to watch on your Apple TV. You can use your iPhone as a remote with a new app, which I mean it's not really a big deal, but really small incremental updates to tvOS, and much better Siri integration because, as they announced later, they are going to be opening Siri up with third-party developers, and so searching with Siri on tvOS is much more in-depth and much better. Not a big update for tvOS, but they are still paying attention to it. Again, no new hardware, just software improvements, making it faster, making it easier to navigate, stuff like that. The next thing, the thing that I was most excited for was macOS, and they named it Sierra. And yes, it is macOS, no longer OS 10. There's no number attached to it. It's just macOS Sierra. So of course it's renamed. They focused on continuity. Again, not a huge update. None of the things Apple announced at WWDC are huge updates, but continuity was improved to the point where copy paste now works between your iPhone, your iPad, and your Mac. So you can copy something on your iPhone, paste it in your Mac seamlessly. That's a nice feature. Long rumored, long awaited Siri is going to be coming to Mac, just like Cortana is on Windows. It looked pretty good. They used it mostly for voice demos. I personally am interested in how it works with Spotlight Search, but I will keep you guys updated on that. But yeah, Siri's coming to the Mac. Tabs are going to be implemented throughout the OS, so Maps, all the first-party apps are going to have tabs, but third-party developers can also integrate tabs into their apps. And you can unlock your Mac with the Apple Watch. So if your Apple Watch is connected and you're logged in on the same Wi-Fi account, then boom, you can just unlock your Mac. I think that's pretty awesome. I do believe Microsoft is going to announce similar stuff, but it's glad to see both companies get behind this to make unlocking computers easier. Quicker, really. It's not really hard in the first place, but quicker. Lastly, but certainly not least, iOS 10. Now, it was rumored to be a pretty incremental update, just like everything else, and that is true. In terms of UI improvements, nothing much, just more interactive notifications. They look more streamlined with watchOS now. Better lock screen. Again, the notifications on the lock screen, you can do a lot more with them, more interactive. Force touch was updated, so when you force touch on third-party apps and first-party apps, you're going to have widgets that show up, and you can add those widgets to the screen to the left of the home screen, which will also, it just looks more like watchOS, all the notifications. Overall, the biggest changes were definitely that and improvements to apps. Which I guess is taking on a similar approach to what Google does, but improvements to Apple Music. It was overhauled in terms of design, but it's really the same thing. No new features, really. It just looks different now. I don't know if it's still going to get adopted widely. It's still, I wouldn't pick it over Spotify still. Update to Apple Maps, completely new redesign. It looks good. I don't know if it's going to be able to beat Google Maps still, but it looks pretty good. Other apps like News were updated, but I don't think people are really going to use this. But the biggest app update was by far Messenger. Some of the stuff was really silly. You can now tap on words to get them automatically converted to emojis if that's what you're into. Full screen effects looked really cool, where if you could send messages and program them with full screen messages if you wanted to. Stickers, stuff like that. Really nothing. No, it's not being released on Android, unfortunately. Nothing huge. but overall just a aesthetic improvement. It just is competing more with Facebook Messenger, I would say, in terms of just how cool it looks and all the fancy stuff you can do with it. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. That was a WWDC 2016 recap. If you want more updates on any of these, comment down below and subscribe for more videos, and thank you for watching.